All right, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of times when I get these handhelds, I just do a few things and then I like to keep it basic. But then again, there's other handhelds that I do get that I'll just start like really digging in and changing out some stuff. Okay. Now the Legion Go, when I got this, I kept this thing just basic. I just installed a few Steam games, you know, I put a few programs on here, nothing major. This is not that. And then what I did, I got a 512 micro SD card and I popped that in there. And what I did, I put a few emulation devices on it, or you can call it consoles on it, whatever you want to say. But I kept this thing just basic. I'm not gonna lie. I was okay with this, and my setup was just pretty decent. I wasn't really thinking about upgrading until I heard about the Emudeck. The Emudeck came out to where that now it's an open beta to where that we can we can get this, we can set things up on our PCs and also handhelds, also handhelds. And I'm a big fan of it because on the Steam Deck, it works out amazing. So I was just like, you know what? All right. So I got me an M.2. At first, I was gonna get the 2230 and with the little adapter thing, but I didn't want to go through that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the exact one, the 2242, and just go with that. They did not have the 2 TB, which I wish they didn't have it in stock. So the 1 TB is perfectly fine. And I'm pretty much happy with this because gonna give me more space. And then now, because the fact is, because I'm a big fan of the Emudeck on the Steam, works out well. My emulation, my devices, everything. It pretty much, if you play your cards right, it pretty much does everything for you once you do all the necessary things. So this the adventure that I want to go with on the Legion. And I have not did this on the Rock Ally yet. So basically, this is like my first time doing this full setup on the Legion Go. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this whole thing. So what I did, I have my little adapter here, right here, set this up, and I've been reading online about everything on how to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this going. So, all right, I'm gonna hopefully I get everything done and make sure everything looks good. So this might be a little bit long video. So hopefully I got my little tool set right here, so that way I can go ahead and open this thing up. And this little thing, I thought it was like cool because I was like, oh yeah, this is small, pretty compact. You could put it like in a bag or something. So if you guys like this little tool set, let me know, and I can probably add these. I can add these to the site so that way you can, saying if you guys like little stuff like this, because I think this is like super sweet, for real. All right, you guys. So let's get started. What is going on, you guys? Your boy Famous Kid Video Game Entertainment. And before we go any further, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Click like, subscribing. It's always a big help. Now, let me say this. The Emudeck been out for a hot minute, which been online. But in order for you to actually be able to use it for PCs and all that kind of stuff, you had to be a Patreon. So that means you had to go ahead and pay some payments and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, and that's good to support the developers and support the people out there, but I just didn't want to do this. Enough that I spend out of my pocket for the handhelds and everything. Now I gotta go ahead and like do, look, brothers get broke sometimes, dude. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I mean, for real, like, sometimes, I mean, just the whole, I just couldn't do it. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. Moving forward, okay, so we're gonna take off these the 2 controllers. I made a video before on how to take off the controllers. So I'm just gonna tell you like this. This is what I'm, saying. This is how I'm gonna be setting things up. If you guys want to follow to see how to do this, then you can follow this video. But I'm not that good at explaining certain things. I just know how to do it. I'm just not good at explaining. But overall, we're gonna go through this whole thing. All right. So there's 6 screws in the back. So make sure you look at, you just size up, get the right piece, so that way you guys can just take off these screws. I had got my little setup. So now you got to make sure you get a card reader too for your M.2, because you're going to need to transfer your Windows and everything else onto your new M.2. So which I'm going to be using a program. So let's just crack this bad boy open and we're going to pop this inside of the reader. So I know sometimes people put the little screws right there. Me, I'm not going to go through that. That's up to you if you want to do that. So I'm just going to slide that. It's pretty secure and closed. And okay, so now we're going to go ahead and like look for a program. The program I'm going to be using for this one is I'm going to be using I guess we're gonna call it macro effect. If I'm not, I really can't. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, but that's the program that I am gonna be using. And there's, oh my goodness, I did a video on how to transfer the transfer your stuff to another hard drive. So we're gonna try to move forward from this. So I'm just gonna really set this up, and we're gonna try to get through this real fast. There's a couple selections. You're gonna have to like put in your email address, and then they're gonna send this to you. They're gonna do a few things, but make sure you get the home and the free trial version because it's free. So that's simple. So now that we got here, we're gonna go ahead and like start the transfer. So all right, so we're gonna pick out a theme here, and I'm just gonna use the dark one. The dark one sound, look, there we go. And now, so we're gonna go ahead and clone this we're gonna clone it. Okay, so you're gonna hit the clone. So you clone this right here, and then now you're gonna look for your your new M.2. So now you just push your, and then there he is. There's our new M.2. I did not format it. I did not do anything. I just put it in, and that's it. Brand new out the box. So a couple selections you can see, and then after that, we're just gonna go next. Okay. Again, just checking everything, just make sure everything else looks good. I didn't do any selections, none of that. You can do your own backup if you want to. I'm just gonna push OK, so we can just get started. Okay, at this point in time, I usually like I'm gonna try to do my little Star Wars music, the bar scene. Dun, 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 dun. No, I can't do it. I probably don't even sound right. But anyway, we're just gonna keep going. I don't know. I don't know. Just that I listen to stuff like that and NES music. I love that. That's my favorite. My whole goal of this particular video was to show you, is for you to see the adventure of everything I had went through. And if you wanted to follow, that's awesome. So if you're able to get some tips from what I'm doing, that's awesome. So I got this tool right here. So after I had took out the screws before, I never opened it up. So because I wanted to go back to make sure I just transfer everything. So I got this little tool right here, and this is just so much better than like a pick. I don't know. So it just popped everything open, like simple, and and so right here, this is where our M.2 is. And I'm just gonna go ahead and size up a piece right here with the screwdriver. So I already took off the little tape piece, and I'm just using this little, hold up, I'm just gonna put this back. All right, so now right here, I'm gonna just go ahead and take off that little screw right there. But before I do that, let me see if I can pull this up. This is the battery right there. That's the battery. So you got to be real gentle with that. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull off that screw. So just like just push it back, like you're gonna shake it and push it back a little bit. Okay, so now me, when I see this that little foil piece, I wanted to try to take that with me. So I don't know if it was like something that that's needed. So I'm just gonna do that. I hadn't seen some people just change it out and they didn't need it, but I don't know. I don't want to mess around. I don't want to make no mistakes, man. Seriously. So I'm just gonna try my best to put this back the way it is. Okay, let me hold that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the screw back, and then yeah. So now I got all that out the way. Okay, everything snapped back in place. Nothing was messed up. I'm gonna place all my screws back. Okay. Then I'm just gonna take my little SD card and put that back in there. So now I got that. And now when you turn this thing on, when you turn it on, it's gonna take a hot minute for it to come back on because everything up on there has changed. So I'm just clipping through it. So, but I'm just saying, just in case you feel like it's not gonna work. Okay, so now that you know that everything's there, let's check. See, that's the new hard drive right there, 1 terabyte. And there's my other SD card with my games on it. So we're good to go. Now, now, now that I got that, now that I just wanted to show you that. So now I just need to do, I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna uninstall this. I don't need it. Seriously, I just don't need it. So now I'm gonna uninstall it because they'll be sending you all types of stuff, and every time you turn on your computer, it just, I don't know, it gets on my nerves. So now I'm just gonna go through and we're finna start the next part, which is the Emudeck. Now the fun stuff finna happen. Let's do it. At this point in time, usually I go ahead and go brew me some coffee, come back here and just do this next part. All right. All right. So now I'm back, and now I'm ready to jump into this. So now we at the Emudeck website. Okay. Now I dimmed the lights a little bit. So, and the camera's on this little AI thing. So it's kind of fuzzy. Yeah, my bad. So I'm just like trying to work through this. All right. So I'm gonna make some decisions. Okay. So you can follow me and see what I'm doing, but I don't want to call this like a tutorial or trying to, teach how to do something, but it's up to you. So at this point, we're going to push. Yep. We're going to download. Yep. I'm going to slide that up in there. Okay. What we're going to do after that, we're just going to go ahead and open this file up. Let this, let us do its thing. It's going to ask me some real serious questions. It's going to ask me to update some of my stuff. So in order for me to do that, I have to go ahead and just say yes, and we're going to go ahead and update some of our apps. Let's click yes. Okay. So we're going to do that update thing just like I said. So I just did that. Now what I did, I just clipped up to basically make this a little bit more faster. So now we're just going to go ahead and install the package manager. It's going to ask you quite a few questions, so just kind of bear with it. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible to kind of show you, but my process took a lot longer. So I'm going to let that thing install itself and let it slide up in there and just load up. There we go. Now we know we got everything, and we're going to have another question. So we got to just pushing yes to everything. I made sure I read everything before I made this decision. And let this fast forward to launch in there. Right. It's going to take a few extra seconds to do its thing. But most of the time, I'm just fast forward everything. So we're just actually another question before you get through. And then now we're going to do this whole Emudeck thing. It's going to be loading. Remember, my stuff is clipped out, so it's going to take a lot longer. And then they have the easy mode and the custom mode. Me, I'm going to go to custom because I need to see what's going on around here. So easy mode, just making everything for you. Me, I need to figure it out. So we're going to select our ROM directory, which I have my SD. Now you could do this on all types of devices, whatever device you have that's Windows based, and computers, laptops, whatever, give me your devices. So now we got the emulators to install. Okay, so we're going to install like a few emulators. I'm going to install number one main is you want to install your main thing. You want to install RetroArch. I'm not going to do Dreamcast yet. I'm going to do that on the outside because I want to do Redream. So the rest of this stuff I'm going to do Xbox. I really don't need Xbox because, you got Game Pass and all that kind of good stuff. So I might not even use it. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and install it. All right. So now it's going to ask me some autosave feature. When you turn your thing off, whatever you close out, what it does, it'll put you right back in the game when you turn it back on. Me, I don't care about that. And if you want to do your achievements, you can sign up for that so you can get like achievements if you're a big fan of that. I'm not doing that. If you want to configure your game bezels, yes, I do like game bezels, so I'm going to keep that on. Then you have your aspect ratio of how you want it. Me, I like a little bit of wide. I don't like it to where that it's like totally wide, but that's decent. I just want the whole screen to be used somehow, some way. So yeah, 16:9 on GameCube games. So I'm going to select that. Then we have the LCD shader. If you're a person that's a big fan of it, you can turn that on. Oh, I want it off. Okay. And then you have your CRT. So you want to make your thing look like the old school TV somewhere from back in the day, you know what I'm saying, from the streets. You can make it look like that. The front end. I like the classic front end. I'm a big fan of that. I think the classic front end looks like totally retro, so I'm gonna keep that. So, and they have other selections over here, so you can actually see and make that, so, and that's your, you know what I'm saying? So I like my default theme. I'm not going to show you all of them because there's a lot. So you pick the one that you would like, but me, I just like the classic one. It's just pretty straight to me. Now look at, you can actually, each of your stuff right here, you can actually put your resolution on each of them. So now you can see all the stuff that I did. Yes, yes, no, yes, yes. This look like one of those tests that you get, the one that has to, yeah, that's what pretty much it's gonna be doing. But now it's gonna do this installation thing. So now that I got all this out the way, just ask me a few extra questions. I'm just like, okay, let's do it. And you want to do your framework, so you want to install that because you're gonna definitely need that. So it's gonna give you some other stuff. I already read through this, so I'm just gonna click next. Okay. Now it's gonna ask me for adding my games, but I'm gonna give that a minute. Okay, let me set this up because there's some other things I need to do on the back end. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I have my ROMs already up in here, because remember I was already set with my stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I gotta take some of my games and copy them over to the emulation folder, because the emulation folder made a new folder with BIOS, ROMs, all that good stuff. Your BIOS and your ROMs is basically what you're going to be using pretty much. So let's go to BIOS, and I'm gonna take everything from my BIOS folder and put in a new BIOS folder. So right, try to make this process a little bit more quicker. So we're just gonna go back, and then now I got games and stuff like that. I'm gonna transfer to the folder, the corresponding folders inside the ROMs. Okay. In some cases I might, some of these folders I might keep here until I fully get through. Then I'll just transfer everything over. But at the end, it'll probably be like empty. Give or take. Let's see. Mess around with this. All right. Keep going. And I'm going to probably fast forward a little bit because I just want to get all this stuff out the way. So now I got everything pretty much is set. Now I'm going to go back and okay, so I can show you this cheat sheet. This is the cheat sheet on the website, so it can show you different BIOS or different files that you probably need for some of your emulations devices that you have plugged up or set up in here or installed, in whatever you want to call it. It's in there. So here's a cheat sheet for different things. I need to see what's going on with like the Xbox, to give you like a prime example. So what do I need to put up in the BIOS? So I have a few files that I need to add to the BIOS. So that's my goal. So I already have all that downloaded. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy from the folder that I already have, and I'm just going to add that to the BIOS. So the corresponding little files that I need, I can't tell you how to find this stuff. You have to look on the internet. Yeah. So PS3. So because I already had a PS3 up on here, I'll take it off later. But for this particular video, I'm just gonna redo everything because I want to use the Emudeck PS3. So I'm just gonna update with our stuff. So okay, so when you go to the PS3 website or the PlayStation website, whatever, to get the update, you won't be able to download that. So in order for you to do that, you gotta right click and you got to like save the file, save the target, and then it's gonna ask you to keep it. So you just keep it. Now I took my games, transferred them over. Now let's go ahead and launch this. Now, okay, so now it has all these things that they want to put up inside your Steam Deck. I don't need all this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off that, and then I'm gonna select some of the I guess the emulators that I want to put games on my front end on. So I'm gonna go. Of course, you want Emulation Station, okay? Because that's just the biggie. Of course, you want the RetroArch because that way you could get your chance to control everything. You're gonna need those. You're gonna need those. Okay, so you're gonna get those. Now, the rest of it, unless that you have other emulation or other emulators or other games, you can put those on. Like if you want to put on Doom or PC Engine, you want PC Engine be on your front end. That's up to you. Um, I'm gonna select a couple. So let me, and then I'm gonna come back a little later and add some more, like PS2. I probably do Wii, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go down. And then now we're gonna add the games. Okay, we're gonna add the games to, and this is what's gonna be added to your Steam library. So I'm gonna push next. Then now they're gonna show you. They're gonna hook you up. Okay. Now you see how everything's starting to look. You got some PSP things going on. So all this is right here. It could be added to your Steam library. So you got Duck Station, and okay, so we got the Dolphin emulator. So the Dolphin emulator, I need to change that up. I need to change up that look. I do like it because it's got that whole Atari vibe, but I need to change the look so I can be able to find it with no problem. So let's go ahead and fix that. So whenever you fix it, you have to go ahead. Now there's some selection, and now right here next to it, what I did, I just go ahead and put the emulator on there. Type in emulator, little bracket, and then I'm gonna search. There we go. Then I'm gonna click there, and then I'm just gonna save it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back. And so now that you just saved it, I'm gonna go back. And now, in order for me to add it to Steam, I needed to save to Steam. So I need all that to save to Steam. Don't exit out until you until you don't see nothing pop up on that top. So once that's done, then you can go ahead and exit out. Right. Now, I'm just had to fix up everything I needed to do for my PS3. So I need to make sure I added all my games. That takes a little bit because you have to crack them shaders and stuff. So you have to put everything in there once you do that. There's tutorials out there on how to do your PS3. Okay, so now that I got that out the way, okay, now my Wii U. So I have a few games that I want to do, plus my updates. So I just want to install all my updates. So I just wanted to get that out the way, especially for like Breath of the Wild, which now I wanted to do a little test. So everything looks good to me. Everything looks straight. Controls, I didn't have to even set the controls. It automatically did everything for me. That's what's good about the Emudeck. It really does. It sets everything up for you. It did all the work. Only thing I wanted to do was see the back end, so that way I have no problems like with everything else. So let's see. And the resolution is bumped up. It looks amazing. Looks amazing. I probably can't get this like clear on camera, but trust me, it looks off the chain. After a while, I'm probably gonna plug this thing up to a capture device. Okay, so now this is where my meat and potatoes is, and I mean, because you know why, it's a holiday, so meat and potatoes and everything else is right up in here, and your Christmas presents right here. Look at that. Look at that. So we got Atari, got all that. All my Atari, my Jaguar setup, Xbox, TurboGrafx. See, all my stuff is right here, ready to rock. So if anything, this is where my spot is. So, okay, so I do need to do some extra updates. So take a little break so I can go ahead and upload the rest of this, and I'll be back. All right, we still hanging? Okay, now we got everything set up, and now it's just gonna be time to do the test. But before I plug this thing up to the capture device, let me show you this. There's a couple of things I got because one, I'm just gonna plug up to this, which is this Stellar Shift controller, Xbox Series X controller. I love the color. The color looks really nice, and we're gonna connect that. And also, here's some nostalgia for you. I was able to pick up this classic Sega CD, Ground Zero Texas. I was like, wow. At first, I wasn't gonna do it, but this brings this takes me back. If have you guys ever, y'all nostalgia heads, have you guys ever played Ground Zero Texas? Oh wow, this is right here, and it's ooh, and it's nice. Only thing is missing is that little sponge in there. So, but I guess you want to. I guess if I want to say complete, this is pretty much. This is nice. It had a little break on the side of the Steam, but that's cool. And I picked up this Dreamcast game, which I was like, okay, definitely need that in the collection. And this one is complete too. And this one is really looks really good. Got all the little inserts and everything. So you know what? Even though the fact is that I do this emulation stuff, I still buy games. I still buy this like nostalgia stuff. I'm like that. So definitely. All right. So let's rip this baby open and let's go ahead and connect this thing. All right. This is nice, dude. That's Bluetooth it. Oh wow. I didn't even, you know what? I just let this thing pair and it paired on its own. I didn't even have to set up the Bluetooth, like, you turn everything on. Wow, this is like ready to go. So let's take this on to the capture device. Let's do this. All right, all set up. Let's hop in. We're gonna go straight up in there. Big picture mode right here, right up on Steam. Now look at it. Look at this. This is the setup now. Now, you remember when I told you that I was gonna do Dreamcast later? Let me go ahead and show you. And it's right around, check it out, Redream. I had set that right up in there. Yep. So Redream, I made his own little thing. So, but anyway, just wanted to show you where the Redream at, and it's all installed, looking good. Let's hop into some games. Well, since I am on Redream, might as well just hit up on some Dreamcast. So this is my first game right here, playing on the Dreamcast. Awesome. This game right here is super fun. Super fun. All right, up next, 3D Dot Game Heroes. This game right here is oh my goodness, one of my favorite games. I don't know why they didn't remake this. This is just amazing. This game is, yeah, crazy game. Love it. PS3 status right here. Boom. Now you know that I was not going to keep going without showing you a little bit of Xbox action. Now, just like I said, we have, there's always the Game Pass, but there's always certain games that you just can't get to play on other devices, and this is one of them. Yeah, you know what it is. Let's do it. Now we should all know that Sega CD is gonna run with no problems as long as you put the proper BIOS up in there. But look at it, it's just looks so clean. Sega CD status right here, powerful mill. Oh yeah. Looks like Sega Saturn got you covered right here. So we're playing right now as Guardian Heroes. Oh yeah, loving it, loving it, loving it. I mean, the controls and everything is just, everything's just going well. Nice. All right, this is gonna be the final one. I'm gonna show you some PS2, just move around a little bit, just showing you that it works. And right,
Some doors open as you approach. Others, like this airlock door, require you to press a button to open. If the button doesn't work...
So there you have it. It took a while for me to get this video together because I had to, it was a lot because, you know what I'm saying, it's not just including with just like, you know, setting everything up and everything else, because that stuff takes time. It takes time, patience, and oh my goodness, it does. It for everything to just, you know, to make sure everything's right, you know, and some tweaks, everything every now and then. I mean, but you know what? I enjoyed every bit of it. And if you guys made it this far, I truly, truly appreciate it. I usually don't do videos this long, but I put a lot into this one. So I'm just thanking you guys just for even just being here, just to kick it with me as I went through this whole adventure. So I'm gonna be out, yo. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for viewing, just clicking. Just like I said before, please like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. And from gamer to gamer, once again, thanks for watching. Happy holidays, you guys.